The pen tool. The pen tool is one of those things that seems really complex when you first get started with it. So I am here to clear the air and show how you can efficiently use it. There are two main reasons why a beginner should use the pen tool. First of all, custom shapes. These are vector layers that can be resized in any dimension. Photoshop already has some built-in, but yes, these can't possibly cover all your needs. So we can use the pen tool to create some of our own. First, hit the P key and get it. Make sure you're on it and not one of these. Now we will focus up to see its settings. We want to select the shape from this drop down. We can choose the fill color by clicking here. My next option is stroke, and I always recommend to keep it off. That's what the diagonal red bar means, no stroke. So even though we have its weight set at 1 pixel and with a dotted appearance, it's not going to show up at all. Great, now we can click a few times and create an irregular shape that would be fairly difficult to create without the pen tool. We can double click its thumbnail and adjust its color. Also, this is a vector shape, so we can resize it easily. If you click, you set a point. If you then click and drag, you get a rounded line. As you can see right here, it allows for greater flexibility. If that's not enough, you can easily adjust your shape afterwards. Press A to access the direct selection tool. And now you can modify the roundness of the shape as you would want. I would much rather use the hotkey, which is much simpler. Just hold down the control key while on the pen tool and you will see you have the same direction tool active. You can go in any way you want, so you're not bound by anything. Even more, with the same direct selection tool active, you can click on an anchor point. That's what these points are called, and move them by dragging. Okay, let's see what else there is to know. First, when you use the pen tool, you have to come full circle and close your shape off. I'm going to make a triangle to illustrate the point. I already have it made, but you need to close it off in order for it to be completely done. To do that, go to the first point you have set and you will see your cursor will have the small O symbol. This means you will close the shape off. Always do that, no matter if you are on the shape or the path option. But let's say your shape didn't turn out exactly as you wanted it. Maybe you wanted another point here, but you don't want to redo the entire thing. That's easy. While on the pen tool, go to an edge where you have already set some points and click. You can add more points, as many as you like. You can modify them as you want. You can even click and hold to add an anchor point. So again, your options are unlimited, but now I have gone overboard and I have too many anchor points. How do I remove them? Easy. Just hover over an anchor point and this minus symbol will appear. So again, to add an anchor point, just look for the plus symbol. To delete one, hover over it and look for the minus symbol. If you have this asterisk, that means you will create a new anchor point. Great, let's continue. If you have created rounded lines but you have changed your mind, you can hold down the Alt key to make them straight. Just look for this cursor and you will good to go. This is the feature called Convert Point tool and it works both ways. You can make rounded lines into straight ones and vice versa. You simply click again to get the other effect. So that's what the Alt or Option key does for you. You might be thinking, hey, this is quite a lot to take in, but if you hold down the pen tool, you will see all the options I just described. Add anchor point, remove anchor point, convert point tool, but they all do the same thing. One thing you should know, say you press the enter key while working. Now all those points have gone and you can no longer add any point to your shape. If you click, you will start a new shape. Well, in this case, you have to access the direct selection tool and make a selection that will encompass all these points like this. So I'm selecting them all. Now, if I switch back to the pen tool, I can continue working like I just described. That's the pen tool for making shapes. Now we are going to talk about creating paths. First, don't worry, this won't take long because everything I just described still applies, like adding, removing, converting anchor points, making them rounded, making them straight. So where would we use the pen tool in this setup? Well, this is great for making selections. Let me open up an image so I can show you. Okay, I would like to isolate these hills from the sky. There are a number of ways of doing it, but let me show you one that uses the pen tool. I will start from the left side and work my way to the right. I sometimes click to create straight lines, while for these tricky sections, I click and hold so I can get a nice curve. I can go as precise as I want, or I can do it fast like I'm working now. When I get to the end, I need to circle back around and close the path. When I get this O symbol, I can click it and finish it off. So on the top, I will select Make Selection. This is the second major use of pen tool. Now my hills are selected, I can do whatever I want with them. Here, I'll hold down Alt and click on this mask. This will create an inverted mask and now my background is transparent. I can create another layer from here and create a sky of my own with a gradient or a solid color. That's beside the point and you don't need to worry about it. But the idea is that the pen tool can help you create some awesome shapes, or on the other hand you can create detailed selections with it. So that's the pen tool. Use it without worries.